Alright, so we're a few minutes away from the starting time, so I thought I'd pop in. Um, we're going to do card 5.4 in the National Wrestling Commission universe using the Legends of Wrestling desktop app that I created. Um, I just didn't feel like busting out the cards tonight, but I wanted to roll some more matches. Sorry. So I figured this would be the best way to do it. Um, yeah, so that's what's going on. We've got 6 matches tonight. If I bring up the city in here, you can take a look at them. We've got Minerva and Clara Mortenson, the Dusek Riot Squad versus the Zbyszko brothers. We got Buddy Rogers and Henry Irslinger, Danny McShain and Dick Raines. Count Billy Varga will be facing Gory Guerrero. And in our main event, we've got our champion Ed Strangler Lewis, and he will be facing Farmer Burns with Tom Jenkins in his corner. And those are the 6 matches we've got tonight. So, some good action here. I have been messing around with the cards that Grant has sent over, these Championship Wrestling bootlegs that he was kind enough to send to people on his mailing list. We've got Adam Pierce, Papa Esco, Jordan Cruz, I think. Something Idol. I don't know this guy at all. And then we've got the 2 match cards, which I think are pretty cool. It's a pretty neat idea. And then the Mid-South Coliseum card, which has some rules for cards that take place at the Mid-South Coliseum. I think it's a cool little set. I went ahead and scanned them in and added them to my my application here for myself, and have been messing around with them. They're pretty fun. So, thank you, Grant, if you ever see this. They're cool, and I appreciate them. With that, we are 1 minute away, so let's hop down here to the event center here and run our. This cough is killing me. It just won't go away. Now let's run our first match here. We've got Josephine Blatt versus Clara Mortenson. 2 ladies are going to be going at it. On her way to the ring, hailing from Hamburg, Germany, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 230 pounds, Josephine Minerva Blatt. And her opponent, on her way to the ring, hailing from Portland, Oregon, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing in at 154 pounds, Clara Mortenson. Minerva and Mortenson lock up, and it looks like Blatt's going to have the upper hand here. Mortenson going to counter Blatt's attempt at a thumb to the eye. And now Mortenson attempts a hair pull takedown on the big lady. And that's going to be successful, and Minerva is hurt. We've got a choice situation here. She could attempt a level 2 move that's going to work on agility, or a level 3 move that's going to work on power. Minerva's got a +2 agility and a -4 power. So we're definitely going to go on the agility here. That's going to work on 9 or better. We are going to attempt the atomic drop and not the leg drop. It just makes more sense. It doesn't matter anyway, as Minerva counters Mortenson's attempt at the atomic drop. And Mortenson going to whip her into the ropes. I did not change the charts, which is pretty much the equivalent of me dropping the dice on a tabletop thing. It's just something that I do constantly. Let's do that real quick. Load table. We'll load the proper tables here. We want the vintage ropes chart. Load table into the turnbuckle. Load the vintage chart. Out of the ring. We're going to load the vintage one. And choice. We don't have a vintage death jump. So, alright, now that the proper tables are loaded, Minerva whips Mortenson into the ropes. Blatt sets up for a back body drop, but Mortenson counters with a pile driver. An impressive feat of strength from the smaller lady. Mortenson attempts a reverse hammerlock after that pile driver. And Minerva not going to leave the ring. And we've got another choice for Clara Mortenson. She could back the opponent into the turnbuckle. Her turnbuckle rating is an A, so I don't think that's going to happen. Or she could attempt a body splash that is going to work on power. So that's rough. That's a 3 or lower. Yeah, we're going to go for the turnbuckle here. Mortenson backs Blatt into the corner. Abe Coleman, our referee, orders a clean break. And as Josephine Blatt is stepping out of the corner, Mortenson shoots in with an outside single leg. So Clara Mortenson. And now she's got another choice situation here. She's going to go for that agility atomic drop. And once again, Minerva counters. And Blatt with a stranglehold on Clara Mortenson. And that puts Mortenson down. She choked the life out of her. And Minerva with a leg scissors on Clara Mortenson. Mortenson rolling her pin here. And she is able to escape the hold. So no submission from the leg scissors here. As Clara Mortenson is able to get free. And Minerva with a hip and harness lift on Clara Mortenson. And Mortenson hits the mat hard. She's down. And then Minerva locks Mortenson in the body vice. And that's going to do it with a roll of 4. Clara Mortenson is forced to submit to Minerva's body vice finisher. And we have no notes for the match. So we'll just kill that. And there we go. And this next one I'm going to have to do by hand because I want a manager for the Duseks. So we're going to go to match, or nope, card and match management. We're going to search for Rudy Dusek. And we're going to put him in. And then Emil Dusek. And then their brother Ernie Dusek is going to accompany them to the ring. We're going to add him as the blue manager. And their opponents are the Zbyszko brothers. So Z-B-Y-S-Z-K-O. Zbyszko. Not Larry Zbyszko. We want Stanislaus Zbyszko and Vladek Zbyszko. And there we go. So we're going to start this matchup. Actually, we need to change it so that it is recorded on card 5-4. Start the match. And here we go. On their way to the ring, accompanied by their brother Ernie Dusek, hailing from Omaha, Nebraska, at a total combined weight of 449 pounds. Here is Rudy and Emil Dusek, the Dusek Riot Squad, and their opponents on the way to the ring, at a total combined weight of 487 pounds, Stanislaus and Vladek Zbyszko, the Zbyszko brothers. Dusek and Zbyszko lock up, and it looks like Stanislaus has the upper hand. So Stanislaus Zbyszko starts us out, and he attempts a lock up and shove on Rudy Dusek. Dusek able to move out of the way and take control of the match. Now Dusek with an eye gouge on Stanislaus, but Stanislaus says no and pushes Dusek's hand out of the way before he's able to rake the eyes. Stanislaus with a necklock on Rudy Dusek. And Dusek pops his head out and takes control of the match. What a display of countering here. And now Dusek grabs a headlock and tries to throw a punch into the head of Stanislaus. But no, Stanislaus Zbyszko reverses the move and takes control of the match. So Stanislaus pops his head out before Dusek can connect. And Stanislaus and Rudy Dusek are grappling near the ropes. Stanislaus Zbyszko backs Rudy Dusek into the ropes. Abe Coleman steps in to break it up. Both Zbyszko and Dusek break clean to the applause of the crowd. Stanislaus Zbyszko is quick to retake control of the match. And he's going to back Rudy Dusek into the turnbuckle. And as Stanislaus and Dusek are separated by Abe Coleman, Rudy Dusek slips behind Stanislaus and takes him down with a waistlock throw. Very nicely done by Rudy Dusek. Don't let all the dirty tricks fool you. He is a substantially decent wrestler. And now Dusek, of course, going to throw Stanislaus from the ring. In a struggle near the ropes, Stanislaus falls from the ring. In a display of good sportsmanship, Rudy Dusek holds the ropes open so Stanislaus may re-enter the ring. And Rudy Dusek being uncharacteristically decent to Stanislaus here. And Rudy Dusek attempts a dropkick on Stanislaus Zbyszko. And that catches him, and Zbyszko is sent reeling. As Dusek follows in and grabs him up with a body slam. And Zbyszko is hurt. Dusek makes the tag to Emil. And Emil's got a choice here. He could either back the opponent into the ropes, which is going to be a B, or a level 2 move on the power. And he's got a -2 power, so I think we're going to go to the ropes here. Emil Dusek and Stanislaus Zbyszko are grappling near the ropes. Dusek and Zbyszko are locked in a clinch near the ropes. Emil Dusek locks in an underhook after a struggle for control and throws Stanislaus Zbyszko to the mat. And now, of course, Emil Dusek gonna throw Stanislaus from the ring. As Emil Dusek barrels Stanislaus Zbyszko into the ropes, both wrestlers fall from the ring. Stanislaus Zbyszko lands on top of Emil Dusek on the floor. Stanislaus is able to get back into the ring. Emil Dusek just barely manages to get back in the ring before Abe Coleman counts him out. And it is Stanislaus now on the attack, finally. And Stanislaus Zbyszko attempts an arm body slam on Emil Dusek. And it looks like he rolled his pin. We've got Ernie Dusek could try a distraction here. No, we're not going to do that. And no pin save either. No. Holy crap. And that's going to do it. I thought this would be an easy kick out. All he needed was a, well, he needed a 6 apparently. But that did it. And he is done with the arm and body slam by Stanislaus Zbyszko. That beats the Duseks in what would be considered sort of an upset. Or not really an upset because of quality of opponent, but an upset just because of the move that did him in. And I don't have notes to enter for that match. And we are done. So let's go back to the event. We are going to remove that match because we ran it. And we've got the debut of Buddy Rogers up next, as he's going to be taking on Henry Irslinger. So let's run this one. On his way to the ring, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighing in at 227 pounds, Buddy Rogers. And Rogers is coming out of Camden, New Jersey, of course. And his opponent, on his way to the ring, hailing from Vienna, Austria, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 185 pounds. Here is Henry Irslinger. And Rogers and Irslinger lock up. And it looks like Irslinger is going to get the upper hand out of the lockup. And Irslinger attempts a go-behind trip on Buddy Rogers. Doesn't quite take Rogers down, manages to trip him up. Rogers is dazed. And now Rogers still manages to counter the body lock takedown attempted by Henry Irslinger. So he couldn't have been that dazed. Rogers grabs Irslinger and attempts a pile driver. And Irslinger is hurt. I'm kind of surprised he has a pile driver on, I guess it is a level 3 move. It works. Okay. And Irslinger's hurt by the pile driver. And Buddy Rogers and Henry Irslinger are grappling near the ropes. Rogers backs Irslinger into the ropes. Coleman steps in and breaks it up. Both Buddy Rogers and Henry Irslinger break clean to the applause of the crowd. Buddy Rogers is quick to take control of the match, though. And now Rogers attempts a pile driver again on Henry Irslinger. Once again, he plants Irslinger with a pile driver, and Irslinger, quick to notice he's near the ropes, and he uses him to get up. And grappling near the ropes now, Rogers and Irslinger. And Rogers and Irslinger are backed into the ropes. Coleman calls for a clean break and gets it. Buddy Rogers, though, catches Henry Irslinger off guard with a quick fireman's carry after the break. And Rogers punches Irslinger right in the head, and that's going to hurt Henry Irslinger. Buddy Rogers with a big drop kick. And Irslinger once again hurt. He just can't keep Irslinger down. And Rogers going to back him into the corner. Coleman orders a clean break. And while breaking, Irslinger is able to swing Buddy Rogers into the corner and reverse the situation. And as Irslinger and Rogers are separated by Abe Coleman, Rogers is able to slip behind Henry Irslinger and take him down with a waistlock throw. So these two guys trading reversals here. And Buddy Rogers comes out on top. And Rogers gonna dump Irslinger out of the ring during a struggle close to the ropes. Irslinger falls from the ring and lands awkwardly on his ankle. After a brief pause, brief spelled incorrectly, Henry Irslinger climbs back into the ring, obviously still in pain. And Rogers grabs the leg with the hurt ankle, slaps on that figure 4 grapevine, and that is it. Buddy Rogers wins his debut against Henry Irslinger with the figure 4 grapevine. Would I like to enter notes for the match? No, I would not. Wow, these are going pretty quick. I was expecting that tag match to last a bit longer. Alright, so we're on to... Jesus. Again, I apologize for the coughing. Getting over a respiratory infection, and I tend to be susceptible to coughs. They last forever for me. I don't know if you guys are the same, but yeah, when I get a cough, that just, it'll last for weeks or months sometimes. Alright, so our next match is going to be Dangerous Danny McShain against Dirty Dick Reigns. And here we go. On his way to the ring, hailing from Little Rock, Arkansas, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing in at 205 pounds. He is Dangerous Danny McShain. And his opponent, on his way to the ring, hailing from Muskogee, Oklahoma, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighing in at 275 pounds. Dirty Dick Reigns. McShain and Reigns lock up, and it looks like Dick Reigns is going to take control on the lockup. Reigns is going to throw an eye gouge at Danny McShain, and McShain is going to move out of the way. McShain tries to throw Reigns with a hip lock, and Reigns reverses and takes control of the match. Dirty Dick Reigns has some mechanics that I'll go over here in a second, now that they've come up. So he's got a move choice here. He could use Hidden Choke with Tag Rope. 3 add 1, but it causes a disqualification. His normal one is just Hidden Choke with Tag Ropes 3, but it doesn't disqualify. So we're going to use it. I mean, why not? And Dirty Dick Reigns attempts a Hidden Choke with Tag Ropes on Danny McShain. Let's go over his mechanic here. I don't know if you can see this. If you have your thing on full screen, you might be able to. So he's got a couple of moves at the... He's got an Eye Ripper on level 1 offense that's normally a level 2 move. But if he adds disqualification to him, it will bring it up a level. So that becomes a level 3 move. He's got a Hidden Choke with Tag Ropes that if he adds a disqualification to, it becomes a 3 add 1 move. And he's got a 4 count choke on the ropes, which is a 3 add 1. That he can add disqualification to and turn that into a level 0 finisher. So just so you're aware of Dick Reigns' mechanics, that's what it was. And he used the hidden choke with tag rope. That was a 3-add-1 disqualification on McShain. Was not disqualified. And McShain is rolling on level 3 offense or defense. And McShain rolls a pin, and it's going to be a 2 count on Danny McShain. And Dirty Dick Reigns. Here is he could use the level 0 finisher instead of the level the 3-add-1. I think he's going to do that. And McShain being choked over the top rope by Dick Reigns. Coleman counts 1, 2, 3, 4. Reigns throws McShain to the mat and goes for the cover. And McShain kicks out at 2 again. And wow, Dick Reigns grabs McShain up with the backbreaker and drops him down. And McShain being covered again, and this time he gets the 3 count in another quick match. Dirty Dick Reigns has defeated Dangerous Danny McShain. And that was a quick one. I was not expecting that to go that quickly or be that one-sided. But yeah, what can you do? Sometimes the dice. And our next bout is going to pit Billy Varga against Gory Guerrero, patriarch of the Guerrero family. On his way to the ring, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, and weighing in at 208 pounds, hailing from Hollywood, California, Count Billy Varga. And his opponent, on the way to the ring, hailing from El Paso, Texas, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 220 pounds. This is Gory Guerrero. Yeah, that was a definite squash there. I was not expecting it to be that one-sided. That was possibly the most one-sided match I've had in a long time. Varga and Guerrero lock up, and Gory Guerrero going to win on the lockup. And Guerrero shoves Varga back and throws a drop kick, and that catches Varga barely, and Varga is dazed. Guerrero and Varga are grappling near the ropes. Gory Guerrero backs Billy Varga into the ropes. Coleman steps in to break it up. Both Billy Varga and Gory Guerrero break clean to the applause of the crowd. Gory Guerrero is quick to reestablish control of the match, and Gory Guerrero nails Varga with a flying head scissors, and that's going to daze Varga. And Guerrero throws a hip toss on Billy Varga, and that's going to send Varga to the mat. Varga's hurt. And Gory Guerrero locks in a Gory lock, and Varga able to escape, but it did its damage. And now Gory Guerrero with a missile dropkick on Count Billy Varga. And Varga is down, and Gory Guerrero going for the cover, but he's only able to get a 1 count on Count Billy Varga. And Gory Guerrero could go back to the top rope here. High-risk maneuver, it's a B, or he could roll up. We're going to go with the top rope maneuver. And Gory Guerrero heads to the top rope, and comes flying off the top rope and blasts Billy Varga with a flying splash. Varga is in trouble here. And now Gory Guerrero attempts a La Di Acabeo on Billy Varga. It's a camel clutch, for people who do not know. I think that it literally means like man on a horse, but yeah, the Sheik renamed it to the camel clutch when he started using it. But yeah, its original name is actually man on a horse, not camel clutch. Billy Varga is hurt by that camel clutch. I'm not going to attempt to say the Spanish thing again. Spanish is not... I'm from New Mexico, but I speak very little Spanish. Gory Guerrero attempts a Gory lock on Billy Varga. And Varga's down. And Gory Guerrero nails Varga with a German suplex. And that German doesn't connect as well as it should. Varga lands way too much on his back, and he is able to pop back up dazed. Gory Guerrero throws a dropkick at the dazed Count Billy Varga and grazes him, and Varga is dazed some more. Guerrero is still throwing dropkicks, and Varga is still dazed. And Guerrero follows in those pair of dropkicks with a knee lift on the dazed Billy Varga. Varga continues to be dazed, and we've got a choice situation from Gory Guerrero. We could send him into the turnbuckle, and Varga has a B turnbuckle rating, or a level 2 move that's going to work on the power, and his power is +1. So I think we're going to go for the power maneuver, and this is going to be a twisting boot scrape by Gory Guerrero. But no, Billy Varga able to catch the boot and get himself up and take control of the match, and Varga able to put Gory Guerrero down with that boot and lock in a half crab. Gory Guerrero is hurt. And now Billy Varga and Gory Guerrero grappling near the ropes. And Billy Varga backs Gory into the ropes. Abe Coleman, our referee, steps in to break it up. Both Billy Varga and Gory Guerrero break clean to the applause of the crowd. Varga is quick to take control of, and my OBS just disconnected. Hopefully it reconnects. I don't see why it wouldn't. It says it's streaming pretty well. I'm just going to continue like it didn't disconnect. And now we've got Varga attempting a whip to the turnbuckle, or a back into the turnbuckle. Gory's got a B turnbuckle rating, so we'll go for that. And Billy Varga backs Gory Guerrero into the corner. Coleman orders a clean break, but Billy Varga has other ideas. Gory Guerrero is knocked loopy by a wild haymaker thrown by Count Billy Varga. Gory Guerrero is down and in trouble. And Billy Varga grabs up Gory Guerrero and is quick to lock on his patented abdominal stretch. But Gory Guerrero just barely able to reach the ropes and escape the hold. And now we have a choice situation for Billy Varga. What we could do is a knee lift. That's a level 3 move, and it's going to work on the agility, which is -3, so that ain't happening. Or into the ropes, and he's got an A ropes rating, so I think we're going to go for the into the ropes. Billy Varga and Gory Guerrero grappling near the ropes. Varga backs Guerrero towards the ropes. As Billy Varga makes his approach, Guerrero takes him down with a stunning upper body throw. Guerrero moves in to make a quick cover, but is only able to get a 1 count on Billy Varga. Gory Guerrero attempts a reverse body lock on Billy Varga. Varga with 3 fatigue tokens, not looking very good here. And Varga not going to leave the ring. And Varga's down after that reverse body lock. And now Gory Guerrero with the camel clutch. And he's able to reach the ropes. But it leaves Varga down and in trouble. And Guerrero with another reverse body lock on Billy Varga. And that's going to do it. Reverse body lock submission gets Billy Varga, as Varga is forced to tap out on a roll of 6. He needed an 8 to escape. Doubles were rolled. I don't roll on the feud chart yet. That's coming in the TV era, mostly. So, alrighty then. So that's the end of that one. Gory Guerrero, your winner. 3 stars to the time of the match, 14 minutes and 12 seconds. And this is our final match of the evening for the NWC World's Heavyweight Championship. We're going to see Ed Lewis and Farmer Burns. Farmer Burns is going to have his mustachioed muscle partner in his corner, Tom Jenkins. So I need to set this one up manually since the event creator doesn't allow for conversion of wrestler cards into manager cards. So Ed Lewis. We need this Ed Lewis. And there we go. And Farmer Burns and Tom Jenkins. And we want the colored Tom Jenkins. Oh, we don't want him there. We want him red manager. There we go. And if we go here, yeah, he's in the manager's position. This is going to be on card 5-4. This is a NWC World's Heavyweight title match, so let's select that from up there. And we will go ahead and start this matchup. On his way to the ring, hailing from Louisville, Kentucky, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing in at 236 pounds, he is the NWC World's Heavyweight Champion. He is Ed, the Strangler, Lewis, and his opponent. On his way to the ring, accompanied by his partner and cornerman Tom Jenkins, hailing from Springfield Township, Iowa, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 165 pounds, Farmer Martin Burns. And Lewis and Burns stare each other down. Things are getting tense. And Lewis and Burns get into a pre-match shoving battle. The atmosphere is electric. So that means that they tied on the initiative roll twice. So they are actually starting at level 3 offense here. And Lewis and Burns lock up. And it looks like Farmer Burns is going to have the upper hand in this heated first exchange. Burns is on level 3 offense. Let's see if he can do anything. He locks Lewis in a double wrist lock. And Lewis is hurt. And Burns are disconnected again. I'm going to wait till we reconnect. Let's see when that happens. There we go. We are reconnected. And so that's going to daze Ed Lewis, our champion. And now Farmer Burns. Still got that arm bar. He grabs it and transitions into a go-behind takedown on Ed Lewis. And Lewis is hurt. And now Burns grabs a toe lock. This is the move that beat his partner and friend Tom Jenkins. Will it work on Ed Lewis? No. Lewis able to reach the ropes, causing a break, but Lewis is down. Farmer Burns not going to throw Lewis from the ring. He's going to roll up. And Burns with a grounded armbar on Ed Lewis. And Farmer Burns just can't get it. Ed Lewis able to reverse the move and take control of the match. And the champion will be on offense for the first time. Lewis grabs a head scissors on Farmer Burns, but no, Burns slips out and takes control of the match himself. We can attempt a flying mare here. It's going to be a level 2 move on agility or a level 3 move on power. Lewis has a -2 power and a -1 agility, so I think we're going to try... We're going to try for the power move. It's going to work on 6 or lower. And that's going to work. Farmer Burns executes a flying mare on Ed Lewis. And that's going to do it. Holy crap. Farmer Burns hit that flying mare, goes for the quick cover. 1, 2, 3. Couldn't get Ed Lewis couldn't get his shoulder up in time. And we have a new champion. Farmer Burns in a really, really quick squash of Ed Lewis is the champion. And that was a surprising end to that one. Tom Jenkins didn't get involved at all. Essentially a non-factor there. Lewis and Burns did meet before during Ed Lewis's first title reign. And Jenkins got heavily involved in that match. So I guess this was good to see that Burns could beat Lewis without any funny business. So that ends Lewis's second reign as the NWC World's Heavyweight Champion. And this is going to be Farmer Burns' first reign as champion. So, yeah. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I was expecting this to go a little longer. So I guess if we want to see some random matches, we could roll a random match or two. I don't know if... I know that Doc Minaj is here. Mange, I don't know how to say that. Mange, I'm assuming it's not Nicki Minaj related, so Mange probably. But But yeah, if you have a match that you might want to see, you can call it out and I'll roll it. Cause yeah, I was expecting this to go to like 5:45 or 6 o'clock, and it's only 5:30 here. So I've got a plethora of bootlegs. I don't know if you can see the card count there, but I have like, what does it say, 957 cards installed into this application. So if you can name them and they're not super modern, there's a pretty good chance that I might have them. Let's go back to the start of the deck. Ah, Manjay. All right. Well, that makes it that makes it a little easier. Roll a Young Bucks match. No, thank you. I do have FTR. I think you said that those cards were overpowered, though. I do have Jerry Blackwell. So we'll roll Jerry Blackwell. He's got a mechanic here. Roll one die. On rolls of 6, the opponent moves and Blackwell misses. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. That's for his finisher, the Big Splash. Just so we're all aware of the mechanic. And anybody want to call out anybody else to face Jerry Blackwell? Who would be a good opponent for Jerry Blackwell? I don't have a random option, so. Yeah, the card, I believe, is part of the, it's a UBU bootleg. I rebacked it, so the original bootleg doesn't, I think it has him on, like a standard AWA background. But yeah, I have a tendency to kind of play with the backgrounds a little bit, because I like them to be, for the most part, I like them to be uniform. But we can do, let's see, who else could we use here? Dick Murdoch? Anybody up for a Jerry Blackwell versus Dick Murdoch match? Who else could we use? Tiger Mask? Stu Hart? Let's see here. Yeah, UBU did 2, I think, pretty decent AWA sets. They're pretty big sets. You can hit up Mad Dog. I can do Mad Dog. So Jerry Blackwell versus Mad Dog Vachon. But yeah, so UBU did 2 really good AWA sets. You could hit up WH lineup on the official Phil Singer Games message boards about UBU. He takes a few days to get back to you sometimes, but he will get back to you. You don't need to harass him much. But I think they're about $23 each. I think the sets are about 10 or 12 cards each. They're pretty big sets. So you might want to look into that if you are interested. This is an unrecorded match, so let's start this guy up. On his way to the ring, hailing from Stone Mountain, Georgia, and weighing in at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 474 pounds, Crusher Jerry Blackwell, and his opponent, on his way to the ring, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighing in at 225 pounds. Hailing from Algiers, Algeria, he is Mad Dog Vachon. And Blackwell and Vachon stare each other down. This is getting tense. And they finally lock up. And it looks like Jerry Blackwell going to take over the match on the lockup on level 2 offense. And Blackwell attempts a body slam on Mad Dog Vachon. And that's going to plant Vachon, but Vachon pops right back up, a little dazed, but standing nonetheless. And Mad Dog Vachon counters Jerry Blackwell's attempt at a big back elbow. And you know what? We don't need the... let me load the right tables for this. Cancel. Let's reset to the table to the default. Reset table to default. Yeah, we don't need the old-timer tables for this. Reset table to default. Okay, I think that's all of them. And Mad Dog Vachon attempts a back rake on Jerry Blackwell. And Blackwell reverses the move and takes control of the match. Blackwell sets Vachon into the buckle and nails him with an avalanche. And Mad Dog Vachon gonna roll out of the ring. Howdy, Neil. Welcome to the stream. We're just doing random matches now. I ran the card already. So we're gonna do 1 or 2 kind of pickup matches, I guess you would call them. And Mad Dog Vachon, after being nailed with the avalanche by Jerry Blackwell, manages to roll out of the ring to recollect himself. Mad Dog Vachon grabs Jerry Blackwell by the leg, and in a impressive feat of strength, drags him out of the ring and smashes him into the turnbuckle post before rolling him back in. And Blackwell really in trouble now. And Mad Dog Vachon attempts a maniacal chokehold on Jerry Blackwell. And Blackwell gonna reverse that one and take control of the match. And Blackwell with an eye rake on Mad Dog Vachon. Vachon is dazed by that eye rake. And Blackwell goes to the well one more time, trying to rake the eyes. And is successful. But not any more, more so than before. And third time's a charm, maybe. No, Vachon, mostly unaffected. And maybe Blackwell will be able to knee him in the gut and put an end to the dazedness. And he does. And that knee to the gut hurts Mad Dog Vachon as he's sent reeling. And Blackwell moves in and tries to grab him up with a body slam. Plants him. And just like the first time he tried body slamming him, Mad Dog Vachon pops up dazed. And Mad Dog counters Blackwell's attempt at a big elbow smash. Is Blackwell a bootleg? Yes, Blackwell is a bootleg. There is no official Jerry Blackwell card. He's a UBU bootleg that I've rebacked on the original, or on the general or normal, or however you want to phrase it, Legends background. And Vachon counters Jerry Blackwell's attempt at a big back elbow. And Vachon gonna throw Blackwell into the turnbuckle. And Blackwell is crushed in the buckle with a big kick from Mad Dog Vachon. And Vachon attempts a backbreaker on Jerry Blackwell. That's gonna be some serious power. And it is successful, and Jerry Blackwell rolls out of the ring after taking the backbreaker by Mad Dog Vachon. And Vachon comes out of the ring to continue the fight, but Blackwell grabs him and smashes him into the the announcer's table. And Coleman appears to have let Jerry Blackwell get away with the flagrant violation of the rules. As they both get back into the ring, Blackwell grabs Mad Dog Vachon and sends him flying over the top rope to the floor. Blackwell comes out of the ring to continue the fight, but this time it's Vachon who grabs him and smashes him into the ring table. And Abe Coleman gonna let Vachon get away with it, so what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And Vachon grabs up Blackwell and nails him with a gutbuster. And that's gonna hurt Jerry Blackwell. And Vachon once again gonna whip him into the turnbuckle. And once again, Blackwell is unable to answer and gets crushed with a big kick from Mad Dog Vachon. Vachon starts biting on the forehead of Jerry Blackwell while he's slumped in the corner. But Blackwell able to shove him out of the way and take control of the match. And now Blackwell can attempt an Irish whip into the ropes, which is going to be a B. Or he could try a knee to the head, which is going to be a level 2 move that's going to work on 8 or lower. So I think he's going to do the knee to the head. And that is successful. And Mad Dog Vachon was hurt by the knee to the head. And now Jerry Blackwell attempts a vertical suplex on Mad Dog Vachon. And Mad Dog eats the suplex, but is able to roll out of the ring and recollect himself. Well, Vachon is taking a breather. Blackwell comes out of the ring and continues to attack on Vachon, and a wild brawl erupts. Blackwell wins the brawl and is able to throw Mad Dog Vachon back into the ring before climbing in himself. And then Blackwell grabs Vachon by the scruff of the neck and sends him flying back out to the floor. And Blackwell comes out of the ring to continue the fight, but Vachon grabs him, smashes him into the ring table, and executes a huge pile driver on Jerry Blackwell on the floor. And Abe Coleman, once again, not going to call it. And Mad Dog Vachon attempts a gutbuster on Jerry Blackwell. And Vachon going for the cover after the gutbuster, but he can only get a 2 count as Jerry Blackwell is able to kick out. And Vachon with a Mad Dog pounce on Jerry Blackwell. Jerry Blackwell sent out of the ring by the Mad Dog pounce. And Blackwell recollecting himself out of the ring there. And just in time, he rolls back into the ring to break the count. But Mad Dog Vachon is waiting. And Mad Dog, you could do the death jump, which is going to be a B rating, or a jumping knee drop, which is going to be a 12. So it can't fail. So jumping knee drop on Jerry Blackwell. And Blackwell is hurt. And now Mad Dog Vachon going to throw Jerry Blackwell into the ropes. And as Blackwell rebounds, Mad Dog Vachon kicks him right in the gut, grabs him up with a pile driver, and covers him for the pin. And that is Vachon's finisher. So 1, 2, 3, that's going to do it. As Jerry Blackwell was defeated by Mad Dog Vachon. Time of the match, 15 minutes, 17 seconds. And your match rating is a 1 star. I think we can do one more if y'all are interested. Same deal as before. If there's anybody you want to see, call them out. I know that John McLaughlin had said that he would be interested in seeing Dick Murdoch, so we can do Dick Murdoch. So who's going to face Dick Murdoch? Just go ahead and call out anybody you want. If I got him, we'll set it up. If I don't, we'll just wait for somebody I do have. Bobby Eaton. Let's try somebody who's not as tag-oriented. I don't like having all of the tag moves on the cards in singles action. If we get a singles Bobby Eaton, that would be cool. But, yeah, all the cards I have of Bobby Eaton are super tag-oriented, so... Or, we could do this. I have a good idea. We'll use Bobby Eaton. It helps if I do Eaton. And we'll do Eaton. Stan Lane. And let's add Cornet. Why not? Card type filter. We want managers, and we want Jim Cornet. And we're going to add him to the red corner. And there we go. We've gotten the Midnight Express against Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch. And here we go. We're going to start this one off. On their way to the ring at a total combined weight of 534 pounds, Dick Murdoch and Adrian Adonis. And their opponents, on their way to the ring, accompanied by their manager Jim Cornette, hailing from the dark side, at a total combined weight of 458 pounds, Bobby Eaton, beautiful Bobby Eaton, and sweet Stan Lane, the Midnight Express. I don't have the, they're not entered as teams on this one. So I could have added them, but I didn't think about it, so. Dick Murdoch and Bobby Eaton stare each other down, so they're going to start on level 2 offense here. This is getting tense, and they finally lock up, and it looks like Dick Murdoch has the upper hand. Murdoch grabs Eaton with a suplex assortment, and that's going to hurt Bobby Eaton. And now Murdoch with a wrenching armbar on Bobby Eaton. But Eaton is able to reverse the move and take control of the match. But then Dick Murdoch counters Bobby Eaton's attempt at a standing choke. And Murdoch once again with a big suplex assortment on Bobby Eaton. And Eaton is hurt. And now Dick Murdoch going to whip Eaton into the turnbuckle. And Bobby Eaton is crushed with a big kick from Dick Murdoch. And Murdoch going to tag in Adrian Adonis here. And Adonis with a gut-wrench backbreaker on Bobby Eaton. And Eaton is hurt. And Adonis with a suplex assortment of his own on Bobby Eaton. And now Adrian Adonis is attempting to pin Bobby Eaton. Should Jim Cornette attempt to interfere to stop the pinfall? No. I don't really want to use a pin save, and I don't want to use a distraction. And it's only a 1 count after the suplex assortment. And here we go. Adrian Adonis on the attack. Good night, Irene. Would you like to try to save your partner? We're going to use the pin save on this one. Stan Lane enters the ring to save Bobby Eaton. Dick Murdoch enters the ring to stop him. A wild brawl between all 4 wrestlers ensues. Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch are able to take control of the match and throw Stan Lane back out of the ring. Adonis is given the upper hand. And he rolls the Goodnight Irene again. And they've got one more pin save. We're going to save the pin save and do a Jim Cornette distraction here. Jim Cornette is distracting Abe Coleman. He's totally unaware that there's a submission happening. Adonis is forced to release Bobby Eaton in order to deal with the distraction. Cornette stops distracting the referee here. But the damage is done, and Adrian Adonis is making the tag to Dick Murdoch. And now Murdoch has a choice here. We're going to see a flying head scissors. That'll be a level 3 on agility or a level 2 on power. We're not going to do the agility because that's a -3, so level 2 flying head scissors here by Dick Murdoch, and that is successful. And Eaton is dazed. And Murdoch continues his attack. And Bobby Eaton moves out of the way of a drop kick. I don't know why Dick Murdoch is throwing drop kicks, but it is not working. And now Bobby Eaton has a chance to tag his partner here if he can just get a successful move off. This is going to be a level 3 spinning neckbreaker on agility or a level 2 spinning neckbreaker on power. Murdoch is 0-0, so we're going to go for the agility. It's going to work on 9 or less. And Murdoch able to counter it. So it is not going to work. And then Murdoch grabs Eaton with a suplex assortment. And Eaton is hurt. And Murdoch with a wrenching armbar on Bobby Eaton. Once again hurting him. And Murdoch wrenches that armbar some more. And Eaton still hurting. And Dick Murdoch wrenches again, puts him down, and then stomps on Bobby Eaton. Eaton able to use the ropes to get back to his feet. And Dick Murdoch gonna throw him into the turnbuckle, and Eaton is crushed with a big kick. And Murdoch gonna make the tag to Adrian Adonis once again. And Adonis with a jumping knee smash on Bobby Eaton. And Eaton is hurt. And Adonis not going to try to throw him into the ropes. We're going to roll up. And windmill forearms on Bobby Eaton. And Eaton is hurt. And now Adonis with a gut wrench backbreaker on Bobby Eaton. And Eaton once again hurt. And another gut wrench backbreaker, just throwing Eaton all over the ring. Eaton really needs that tag now. And Adonis with a jumping knee smash. And Eaton can't do it. Can't get the tag. And Adonis attempts a knee lift on Bobby Eaton. And Eaton finally reverses the move, takes control of the match. But Adrian Adonis counters Eaton's attempt at a standing choke. And attempts a knee lift on Bobby Eaton. And Eaton is once again hurt. Eaton cannot get out of the ring here. And Adonis with another knee lift. And that's going to daze Bobby Eaton. And Adonis with a scoop slam. And that plants Bobby Eaton to the mat. And Eaton is hurt. Adonis makes the tag to Dick Murdoch. And Murdoch nails him with a bionic elbow. And that's going to hurt Bobby Eaton. And Murdoch with a stomp. And Eaton is hurt again. And now Murdoch, another bionic elbow on Bobby Eaton. Eaton once again hurt. And now Murdoch grabs Eaton, nails him with a suplex. And Eaton, don't you know it, he is hurt. And Murdoch stomps on him as he tries to get back to his feet. And that's going to hurt Eaton again. Murdoch once again going to stomp on him as he tries to stand up. And this time, Eaton reverses the move and takes control of the match. Can he get off a successful move, put Murdoch down, and make the tag? And Eaton with a knee drop on Dick Murdoch. And Murdoch is hurt. Eaton makes the tag to Stan Lane. And Stan Lane comes in, whips Murdoch into the turnbuckle, crushes him with a huge kick. And now he's going to whip him into the ropes. And Stan Lane nails Dick Murdoch with a running back elbow. And he whips Murdoch into the turnbuckle and crushes him with a big kick from pillar to post. Or from pillar to rope to post, really. And he's going to throw him to the other turnbuckle and kick him again. And Stan Lane tries it one too many times, trying to send Murdoch from pillar to post to pillar to post. And Murdoch reverses the whip and throws Stan Lane into the turnbuckle. Stan Lane bounces forward off the turnbuckle and into an incredible neck-breaking clothesline from Dick Murdoch. So Murdoch on the attack now. And now Murdoch climbing up there with a really woozy Stan Lane. Nails him with a calf branding. And Lane is hurt. And now Dick Murdoch nails him with a bionic elbow. Stan Lane is down. Things aren't looking good for Stan Lane. Should Jim Cornette attempt to interfere to sway the tide of the match? Sure. And Cornette jumps up on the apron and grabs Dick Murdoch. Stan Lane takes a big swing at Murdoch, but at the last second, Murdoch ducks out of the way. Stan Lane blasts Jim Cornette upside the head with a haymaker. Cornette is down. Cornette is out of it. Stan Lane is hurt. And Dick Murdoch stomping away on Stan Lane. Stan Lane hurt again. Dick Murdoch attempts a face rake with the bootlaces on Stan Lane. And that's going to catch Lane, and Lane is hurt some more. Dick Murdoch with some more stomps. Lane is dazed finally as he's able to get back to his feet. And Murdoch with a headlock takeover. And Stan Lane is hurt. And an Irish whip into the turnbuckle. Dick Murdoch whips Stan Lane in. And Lane bounces forward off to the turnbuckle and into an incredible neck-breaking clothesline from Dick Murdoch. So Murdoch has caught him with that big clothesline twice now. And Murdoch going to make the tag, and Adrian Adonis going to come in on level 3 offense here. And Adonis going to deposit Stan Lane out of the ring. And Adonis comes out of the ring to hit Stan Lane with a wooden chair. Abe Coleman comes out and warns Adonis to stop, but Adonis pushes the referee out of the way and just nails Lane anyway. Adonis is being admonished by the referee, but it does not look like the referee is going to disqualify him. And death jump of A, or a top rope knee drop that's going to work on 6 or less. I guess we're going to go for the top rope knee drop. And Stan Lane rolls out of the way. Adonis just meets the mat. And Stan Lane is in control. Lane with a double thrust to the throat on Adrian Adonis. And Adonis able to parry that and take control of the match. And he whips Lane into the turnbuckle and crushes him with a big kick. Now Adonis nails Stan Lane with a knee lift. And Lane is hurt. And a jumping knee smash on Stan Lane. And Lane is hurt once again. And Adonis going to tag Dick Murdoch back in. And Murdoch stomps on Stan Lane. Lane is hurt once again. And Dick Murdoch whipping Stan Lane into the turnbuckle. And Dick Murdoch once again crushes him with a huge clothesline out of the turnbuckle. And Murdoch on level 3 offense here. Murdoch not going to go to the top rope. And Murdoch stomps on Stan Lane. Lane is hurt now. And now Murdoch grabs Lane with a suplex. Plants him, and Lane is hurt. And Murdoch's stomping on him some more. Dick Murdoch really likes to stomp on people is the moral of this match, it seems. And Murdoch stomps him again. Stan Lane is hurt once again. He's going to whip him into the turnbuckle. And Murdoch follows him in and kicks him right in the gut. And Murdoch with a wrenching armbar. And Stan Lane is hurt. And Murdoch, still holding the arm, delivers a big bionic elbow to the shoulder while still holding that arm. And Lane is hurt. And Dick Murdoch, unsurprisingly, stomps Stan Lane. And Stan Lane is unsurprisingly hurt. And Dick Murdoch stomps him again. And Stan Lane is still hurt. And Murdoch grabs him with a suplex assortment. Stan Lane still hurt. Dick Murdoch once again making the tag. Adrian Adonis comes in and hits a jumping knee smash on Stan Lane. Stan Lane reverses the move, takes control of the match. And Stan Lane whips Adrian Adonis into the turnbuckle. Adonis stumbles out of the corner just as Stan Lane is rushing in. Both wrestlers' heads collide. Both wrestlers are down and Abe Coleman begins to count them out. Adrian Adonis is finally able to get to his feet after Coleman's 5 count and take control of the match. And Adonis going to roll up instead of throwing Lane out of the ring. Not going to whip him into the ropes. He's going to roll up again. And Stan Lane counters Adrian Adonis' attempt at a standing dropkick. And Stan Lane makes a tag to Bobby Eaton. Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane hit Adrian Adonis with a drop toe hold and elbow. And the Midnight Express are on the attack. Adrian Adonis is down. And there it is. Bobby Eaton makes a tag to Stan Lane. Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton attempt a Vegomatic on Adrian Adonis. This is a pin. We're going to see a pin save here. Dick Murdoch tries to save Adrian Adonis, but Eaton cuts him off. Stan Lane is pinning Adonis. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, with the Vegematic, the Midnight Express snatch victory from the jaws of defeat and pin Adrian Adonis to beat Adonis and Dick Murdoch. The time of the match is 35 minutes, 59 seconds, and the match rating was 1 star. I think I disagree with that match rating. I feel like that match was better than that. But, you know, the match ratings are calculated by fatigue tokens, and there wasn't very many of them in this one, so. But yeah, that was a really good one. I really enjoyed that match. But it is now 6 o'clock, which is about the time I planned on stopping. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank y'all for watching, and I will be back probably next weekend. I doubt if I'll stream during the week, but it's a possibility. I guess it's always a possibility. It just depends on what is going on at home. But thank you for tuning in, and I will see you.